And we should be streaming, and we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Welcome back to another RSG Dungeons and Dragons stream. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Ranger J 1999. Apologies for the background. I'm still working on trying to figure out how I'm going to do my background stuff, and the camera, I've been messing with stuff, so you just have to deal with it. But welcome to our Dungeons and Dragons Star Wars 5th Edition's game. We are here to play Dungeons and Dragons in the Star Wars universe, and we are glad to have you here with us today. We're going to be streaming for a few hours and covering the game, and we're glad to have you guys here aboard with us. So if you are liking the content, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. We very much appreciate it. That being said, let's introduce all the players and let them introduce their character. Starting with Finn, who's got the Baby Yoda apparently causing the Hindenburg disaster with his force abilities. So, yeah.
He's awesome.
Apparently so. So, Finn, introduce your character and stuff.
All right, so I am Darabin, and I am a Twi'lek mercenary.
There you go. Grim, who are you playing as?
Well, I'm playing as a Trandoshan Sith, not a Jedi.
Oh, we're doing an evil campaign, so that's right.
Named Osk.
Mm-hmm. And then Corinth?
I'm playing Talrax, a Sith pureblood Sith as well.
All right. Johnny M.
New, a Chiss droid engineer geologist.
All right. DT.
Hey, I'm playing Jalo Theta, your BIS saboteur operative.
And holding it all together, we've got Teals.
Playing as Korn Pathu Nanuku, your oh my god, I'm losing myself. I'm dead now. Yeah, my Chiss Deadeye Scout.
All right, there we go. And let's get you guys caught up on the campaign. So our heroes have been dispatched by their benefactor from the newly formed Chiss Empire. If you're new to the game, where we're at, we're 200 years into the Star Wars universe. The Chiss and the Sith Empire have reformed a new empire to conquer the galaxy. Up and coming, still has a lot of other factions that it needs to take care of. But that being said, they've been handpicked from across the Sith Chiss Empire and are now under the control of Grand Moff Janessa Bearbar. And she has sent them on a task to get a route through this part of the galaxy that has, I should say, trade value for the Chiss Empire. Problem is the routes go through a certain kind of space area where you need special coordinates and navigation to get through, and so our heroes are sent to deal with Popara the Hutt to get that. After meeting him, Popara said to the heroes that they wanted them to go to a certain planet he was going to give them a temporary way through, but then he needed them to go to Endergrad and find his son Mika, a Hutt that had been stranded there, that there was a plague going on. He sent the heroes there to deliver some spice to the CSA, and to basically deliver the spice and to also find his son. The heroes went there and through some adventures and stuff, finally were able to get on the planet. Through some investigating and some adventures again, the heroes were able to eventually find Mika. They were able to save him from some ambushes, things of that nature, and they are now on their ship, and they are on their way to take him back home to his father with the meetup that his father has provided for them. So that being said, that's where we're currently at right now. Currently, you guys are on your ship, on your way. You just escaped the CSA, leaving the area, and you guys are on your way to the rendezvous, where you're supposed to meet Popara and to deliver his son back to him. So doing that, he gives you guys the specific coordinates. You knew the sector that you're supposed to go into, but you know that you were heading into, once you look at the rendezvous coordinates, you know that you're on your way to Jaksu, a ring moon in the Signet system, and it's not far from Hutt space in the Outer Rim, so it's nearby Hutt space. So that makes sense that this is where you guys are taking Mika. We'll say you guys are on your way. Mika's comfortably in your living room area, kind of lounging. He's got his 2 bodyguards with him. He has been talking with you guys. It's about a day or two's journey through hyperspace to get back to Hutt space from where you're at. And during one of these times, Mika looks at both you, Osk, and you, Korn. Your character is Talrax, and he's like, he is fascinated by your lightsaber, and he looks at both of you. He's like, "How much would it cost for me to pay you to get one of your lightsabers?"
Well, it depends where you want it left on your body, because that's usually the only way that it comes out of one of our hands.
And he's like, "Oh, my friend, no need for that kind of talk." He's like, "I'm just interested because I've always been fascinated by the Force. I've done a lot of research into the history of the Jedi and the Sith. I'm not in touch with the Force, but I find it fascinating, your weapons. I've always wanted one. It's very rare to see one these days, especially a Sith lightsaber." He's like, "So just was wondering if you'd be willing to part with one. I don't know how much it takes for you to make another one, but I would love to get my hands on one of those."
It's awkward silence. I'm just staring at him.
Yeah, that's. My character's not saying anything.
I've always
kind of giving him the raised eyebrow of like, "Oh, seriously."
He's
Are we all here at this point?
Yeah, you guys are all kind of lounging.
Then I'm jumping in. How much would you pay if we got one for you?
Oh, well, I mean, price could be negotiated. Depends.
On what?
Well, I don't want any trouble for it. I'd rather just buy one from someone that wants to give it up. I don't want you guys to go. How should I put it?
Well, let's say I accidentally stumble across somebody and I accidentally kill them, and nothing to do with you, but then I bring you said lightsaber.
How difficult are they to construct? Perhaps we could have a custom one built for the Hutt.
You guys don't need to roll for this. You know this, Talrax, and you know this, Oz, that a lightsaber, even to a Sith, it's not just something that you just put together, right? You compile the components, but your essence goes through the Force. The reason the color of your lightsaber is the way it is. One, getting the crystals. Now, Sith usually use synthetic crystals, unlike kyber crystals. But you can't find kyber crystals. But the act of putting the lightsaber together is through the Force, because the weapon is a kind of a part of you. So you just can't willy-nilly put together a lightsaber and just give it over to the Hutt. I mean, one, you have to go get all the components, which are not easy to do, and then you, through the Force, create a blade that is an extension of you through the Force. So it's not like something you can just willy-nilly put together. You could do it. You could create a lightsaber, but you know that it's an extremely, it's kind of like a religious kind of ceremony. Whether it's a Sith or a Jedi, a lightsaber is a very intimate weapon because of the connection you have through it. So even if you guys created one, it'd probably be hard for you to part with one you just create. So yeah.
Yeah, out of character. There's actually a fan film out of that where there's a scene of a Jedi crafting their own lightsaber, not touching it, but using the Force to manipulate all the parts and connect them and all that stuff. It's really cool.
And so what do you guys say? He's like, I would pay 50,000 credits.
I will keep my eye.
I pull out my backup saber because I do have 2 of them.
Would you really want to give up that though?
It's 50 grand. I can make another.
It's going to take you a while. A long time.
It would be easier to just kill a Jedi and take theirs.
Possibly.
We would have to find a Jedi to do that.
I'm just saying I would rather all of those things than give up one that I made.
A hunting we will go. A hunting we will go. Time to kill a Jedi.
I'll say I'll have to think about this one.
He's like, okay. I mean, you find Mika very...
That's a tempting price.
You find Mika, very philosophical. You guys are talking with him and stuff. You find Mika very intelligent. I mean, super intelligent. Hutts are very intelligent. But Mika, understanding of history and philosophy, art, he's really into, archaeology, things of that nature. Kind of surprise you. Mostly Hutts are mainly into, like, their intelligence is put toward deals, economic stuff, things of that nature.
More lucrative opportunities.
He does have that. You could tell from just the way he talks, but he's also he's broadened his horizons a little bit. He seems like he's a little bit different than your normal Hutt.
Can I go for an insight on what he just said?
Yeah.
Just to go for it.
Hard to read. Hutts, by their nature, that are very resistant to the Force. It's hard to... They're pretty much immune from mind tricks. You know that just from your understanding of being a Force user. And it's hard to get a sense of them through the Force. You don't know why. You just know that throughout their history, Hutts have been hard to manipulate with the Force. Right? They just are tougher opponents to kind of...
He's just being really specific, so he's kind of perking my interest, like there's maybe something else that he's asking for other than just a lightsaber.
Yeah, you don't really know.
That's what it is.
You can't really tell what his intentions are. Cool. I mean, you kind of see maybe he's curious, maybe he's just seeing what he can do. Maybe he's testing you guys. Maybe he's just fooling around. You cannot really guess out of any of the possibilities, like what he's doing. He's just too hard to read. All right, anybody else?
Well, perhaps we should start discussing the possibility that by bringing Mika home, we may also be flying right into a trap.
Mika raises his eyebrows at this. Oh, please explain, Lady Chess.
That's entirely possible.
Well, considering that pretty much from the moment we entered the system where you were, we were attacked. Then we were attacked numerous times on the planet. I don't think
your brother doesn't want to see you back.
That certainly seems to be the possibility.
It's true. He's like, being cautious would be good. Although my father's there, and my brother would never make a move against my father, especially in his presence. And that's where we're heading. So if we were heading somewhere else, I might consider it. But
a way to approach the planet where they wouldn't expect it?
Well, we're not going to a planet. We're going to
their
station.
Space station.
It's
sorry,
owned by my father.
Or perhaps any of the codes to disable the scanners so we aren't alerted.
He says I really wouldn't worry about it. He's like, my brother's not going to make a move while we're there. Maybe you tell my father what you suspect about him. I don't know. It's up to you. If you think it's relevant, but I mean, we don't really have any proof of anything per se, just conjecture. So, I don't know if it's
Bornu. Can we make sure that we're not being followed or attacked on our way to the space station?
Well, that had been the reason why I'd wanted the cloaking device, but since we didn't get one,
yeah.
My further questions on this would be: is your father going to be present? Because unfortunately, yes, while the cat's away, sometimes the mice will play.
He's meeting us there.
Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to communicate with your father before our arrival to ensure his presence.
He kind of smiles wryly, like, I already have.
Oh, that's wonderful. Your father, I'm assuming, will have guards then.
Oh yes, this is the station is it's an ancient space station that he said my father procured over 400 years ago. He likes to use it to discuss meetings and store precious cargo. He says it may not look much when you get there, but he's invested heavily in the station. He says it boasts new deflector shields and has an impressive array of neatly hidden turbo lasers, and that it's heavily defended from the inside and outside. His father keeps most of his most prized stuff here, so again.
So it's a fortress.
For the most part, yeah. My brother would not make a move there.
And you're on good terms with your father?
He sent you for me, didn't he?
Yes, but I'm just making sure of the fact that maybe he just didn't want to question your motives for being on that planet with the plague.
Oh, I don't know why he would. I was just there negotiating a deal for us for trade. And then
I'm just making sure.
No, he sent you for me guys to rescue me. Sounds like my father.
Okay. I think we're good then. Let's head back.
All right. You guys, time passes. You guys start making your approach. You guys come out of hyperdrive, and when you do, the ringed moons of Drozu, Droxu, spin lazily beneath you. And you guys see the refitted space station orbiting the dark side of the moon. And then Mika smiles and says, "Yeah, that's where Father is. That's where he'll be waiting for us." And you guys see that when you do look at the space station from afar, it doesn't really look like much. But as you get closer, you start seeing that there's more than meets the eye with this station. And you do see some of the, through your scans, since you know Mika's kind of told you a little bit about it. From what you can see, it's pretty heavily fortified. Extra shielding, turbo blasters that you can see, turbo lasers, and then there's probably some stuff that you can't see that's probably on this station. So, would not be a fun ride for even a fleet of X-Wings to try to take this thing out. You guys...
Most impressive.
Mm-hmm. Some money was invested. May not look much, but it does pack a punch, you would think. You guys see, as you approach, you can see Popara's space yacht is clearly docked at the station. And you can see other berthing ports are around the station as well. You guys dock. Before you're allowed in, a droid voice comes and says, "Prepare for decontamination." And you guys have to be decontaminated. They just want to make sure that you're not bringing anything onto the ship, which is standard procedure. You know that. You see Nikto in heavy suits and breathers pass into your ship, and they're spraying clouds that looks, and you can recognize as a virus-killing toxins into everywhere on the ship, and they're just having you guys stand by. It's irritating to you guys, but it's not toxic, and I mean, it kind of makes your eyes water a little bit, but you know that's what it's there for. Once that is done, Vago and an H3PO unit escort you to Popara, who is aboard his yacht. Mika accompanies you guys. Vago, upon seeing Mika, congratulates the youth on his survival. Mika expresses relief that Popara was wise enough to hire good people to come after him. The exchange is perfunctory and a little cold. En route, Vigo gives the heroes an idea of the response they should expect. Because they're very successful, they should expect a very, 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 very warm welcome and gratitude. So, you guys go your way down some hallways, and then you head into the lot. The same place where you entered before when you went to visit Popara. You go through the entryway, and there's no Wookiee blocking you, so that's good. You're not looking to have a fight started with you. As soon as Mika you guys come in the room, and Popara sees Mika, you see a hoot of joy from Popara. You see Mika comes forward, smiles a wide, devoted grin, and bows low before his parent. The two speak in Huttonese. Anybody speak Huttonese?
I'm still learning, so it's probably broken.
You kind of get the gist of the conversation. It's kind of like a warm welcome from Popara. Mika saying it's good to be home, and he asks Mika to take his normal spot, and then you see Mika move to where his brother's on the left side of Popara, on the right side where there has been that empty spot before. You see Mika go over there to the unoccupied dais. You also see in the room are Popeye and his 3 Twi'lek Force Adepts that you guys had seen and met before. Zonus is also present, looking like he swallowed someone who disagreed with him. He is without his Wookiees for the moment. So it's just him by himself. So you see Zonos just basically sitting there at his side with nobody really. There's no Wookiees with him. And then Popara says, oh. And he starts speaking Huttonese, and then one of the Twi'leks nods and says, "The great Popara asks for an accounting of what happened on Endergrad. He asked for your report." Who wants to speak for the group?
I look at Corin since he's our captain.
I'm just speaking quite a bit, so I was seeing if someone else wanted to go. That was all.
No, that's your job, Captain.
Our mission was successful, as you can tell. We encountered a little bit of trouble with the guards, as they did not permit us to land right away. That was, I would say, the only major issue. A few local bandits and such attempted to stop us and steal the spice for themselves. However, that is the most important part. We may have some further questions about things that may have happened there as well. But
so he holds up a hand and speaks some more Huttonese and Hutties, and then one of the Twi'leks nods, and the different one speaks, and she says, "The great Popara asked about the medical spice. The delivery of the medical spice, was it delivered? The nature of the plague and the effects of possible trade, and any damage done to the Endergrad's infrastructure, and whether any of your actions will affect any trade with the CSA with more medical spice."
Delivery was a success. I think that trading may require some pressure in the right places, but I don't believe that you will have any trouble of someone that you cannot handle. I do not.
Said yes.
I do not think that you will have any permanent troubles with the CSA. They put up a very nice gesture, but they could have put up a much larger one and stopped us if they so wished.
He speaks again. He says he's profoundly grateful for you for saving his son. You kept, not only did you keep your end of the bargain, but you delivered the medical spice, and you brought his son, and you didn't affect trade with him, all which will be handsomely rewarded. He says, "Is there anything else you want to report on anything that happened while you were there?" He's very interested in information in the situation on Endergrad.
I was going to say, I do think that the CSA can be worked with, as I was alluding to, and in fact, I think that they also will have needs of your spice, and you may be able to make some easier ways of making coin if you are able to bribe some of their higher officers.
He looks at the third Twi'lek that hasn't spoken yet, looks at you, Johnny M, and says, "Do you wish to say something, Lady Chiss?"
Well, it would seem as if this virus was not native to that world.
Oh, he says something, and she's like, "Please explain."
Well, it seems as if there was a contaminated drug that was brought to the planet that may be the cause of it.
Yeah. Jalo just jumps in. He says, yes, and if you're interested in helping us track it down, I may have located the serial number for this ship.
He looks over at Mika and says, what do you know of this? He mentioned that they found the wreckage. From what he gathered from what you guys, he's saying that from what you guys told him, that it's called Tempest. He says he describes it as a particularly caustic drug that seems to have a horrific effect on its users. You see them go back and Hutt tease, and Popara asks Mika if it might dampen the clan's spice. Mika responds that the new spice has already gained a foothold and that its addictive nature ensures its continued popularity. And then Popara goes, and asks Mika to monitor developments surrounding the new spice, and Popara plan to counter its increasing sales. And you see that Mika's proud that his papa is entrusting him with something. He's like, anything else? Any problems that you guys want to bring up?
Ranger, as he's saying this, can I watch the brother, is it Zonos? Does he have any reaction when we mention that?
Make a insight check.
I have a 6.
You think he is rather slimier than you remember him being. You don't know why, but that's all you can take.
Okay, more than normal, we think. Mm-hmm. That's what I noticed.
Yeah,
okay.
That's it. You just think that.
I think you mean literal slimier, or yes, do you mean like figuratively?
Okay, he's more he's more glowy.
Okay,
he's like he's been recently moisturized.
Okay, I just wanted to check because I wasn't sure if you meant
that was really good clarification, Finn, for sure.
All right, the Popara asks if there's anything else you wish to report on.
I just asked, are you interested in tracking down the ship? I can maybe share the number with your advisors.
One of the twigs speaks like, yes, we would very much like to help in this. And then Popara's like, oh no, Mika. And he says, yes, it's all in Huttonese. He's like, I want you to take the lead on this since I want you to find out about this spice. And he looks in the twig and says, the great Popara asks that you give the information to Mika to find out more about this since he wants his son to handle this part of it and find out more about this spice. She's like,
If you have anything else that needs to be done for your empire or trading collective, I don't know the proper word out of character, sorry.
Cartel.
Cartel, there you go. For your cartel, since we have already established a good rapport, we would be glad to hear any jobs you may have.
He's like, And he says something to one of the Twi'leks who says, yes, we will have something here in the future for you, possibly. And then
I do have something else for Mr. Popara, if you wouldn't mind.
You step forward and he's like, oh, there's something. And you were recognized, Finn.
We mentioned that we had some problems on the planet, and there were some mercenaries. It looked like maybe because we brought the spice, they wanted to track our ship in order to find more, and they brought these little spider droids onto our ship, and we were trying to catch them, but ultimately we had to destroy them all. Would you happen to have any extra? My friend over there, and I point to Jalo, would like to just kind of investigate and learn more about those droids. And then I'll look at the brother and kind of give him a wink.
Make an insight check.
Insight?
Mm-hmm. No, don't catch anything.
What was that?
You don't catch anything. You notice the.
Oh no, I'm not catching anything. I'm giving him a wink.
I know, but you have a reaction from your gesture, right? So.
If I can get a reaction from him, I got you.
Because you are winking at him, but.
Yes.
You notice he looks very, very moisturized, Finn.
Yay!
Yeah. That's all you can really tell. So. Popara asked more about these mercenaries that attacked you. What do you mean?
Oh, they were trying to loot our ship and, kind of normal stuff for a planet that really can't fend for itself right now and is under quarantine. So nothing out of the ordinary.
He asked if they were pirates or smugglers or who were they.
Oh, we killed them too quickly, I think, to really understand.
And
Well,
they looked like they were probably something in the lines of drug smugglers.
you could also tell that based upon how poorly trained and equipped they were, that they either must have worked for somebody who was grossly incompetent or was trying to work on the cheap. And I want to shoot a look over at the slimier brother.
Mm-hmm. He's just glowing. Make an insight check.
Do you notice him glowing too?
Come on, 6 again.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you notice that he is very, very, very elegantly moisturized. You think that he really is very, very, very reptilian looking right today. He looks nice.
May I ask, is that an exfoliant that you use, or is it simply a moisturizer? That sun on that planet did go and give me some rather dry skin, and it becomes a rather unsightly shade of sky blue when that happens with me.
We chafed her butt too.
Well, I wasn't going to mention that.
You hear Popara laughing. That's all you keep hearing. He's good. He's laughing his butt off. He's like, all right.
I'm sitting here going, oh my god.
Says the first Twi'lek speaks up. Says, now it's time to discuss your payment. The first thing you see a droid come over and hand you a let's see. You get a data pad, and Popara tells you through the Twi'lek that this is the backdoor route that you wanted for your Grand Moff. And that it is yours.
I assume he's giving it to Corinth, right? I just want to be sure who's keeping track of it. Okay, Arax.
You want me to make like a technology check or anything?
I mean, you can. I mean, it seems like it's legit so much.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and a data pad should be pretty easy. Press start.
You press it up and you can see that it's encoded, but you're given the encryption, and you're able to see that it is exactly what he says it is. You kept your end of the deal, and he's keeping his end of the deal.
The data pad looks slimier than normal.
The Popara speaks. He says, on top of that, the upgrades to your ship will be done immediately. He says it's going to take about 2 weeks to install all the quad blasters that you requested, the new torpedo bays, the navigation equipment, everything you wanted, and the droids you wanted provided for your ship. So that's
excellent.
He says you all will be additionally given a bonus of 1,000 credits per hero. So you each receive 1,000 credits right off the bat.
Nice.
That's very nice.
And then you see him clap his hands, and you see a Twi'lek come forward. She's more in a more of a traditional robe for Twi'lek. She's not scantily clothed like the other ones. And she presents each of you with a there's still case containing the credits. In total, see how many of there are? 6 of you. 6,000 credits are in there. And also, finally, he doesn't know what Grand Moff, whatever her name is, going to do, but he says you now each have a favor from Popara. And for you guys, this is akin to calling a favor from a noble class. It requires a roll to see whether Popara can manage it, but you get a +5 on the roll on the favorability. So you basically have a favor from each of you. Have a favor from Popara that you can use at any time.
Nice.
And at the close of the audience, Popara says to the heroes, "I give you the greatest boon that any being can hope to attain: the gratitude of a Hutt lord. I appreciate your efforts on my family's behalf and will think of you in the future for matters that require tact, swiftness, and competence." Which is basically him saying, stand by, he's got other work for you. And because of this, too, You guys will go up a level. Yay!
Hooray!
What you're going to be doing right now. Because this is a time now before we get into the leveling and stuff, which we'll get to. You guys are going up 4 or 5. You're 3 right, 4. 5,
we're 4 right now.
We're going to level 5.
Are we 4?
Yeah, you're going to level.
Yeah,
5.
we're 4 right now.
So you're all going to level 5. You guys get back to your ship. You guys will be staying on rooms are provided for you at the Hutt's space station, and you guys, they're very well accommodated. The accommodations are very nice. You guys are honored guests of the Hutt Lord. While your ship is being worked on, you can participate in the work yourself, but he says he's got his best crew working on it. It's the least he can do for you guys. For you bring you back his son, ensuring everything you need. But when you guys get back right after the Hutt meeting, you guys are walking back to your ship when one of the droids in your ship says, "Sir, you have an incoming transmission from Grand Moff." Sorry, Jasa.
Open a channel.
Yeah,
So
let's go take it in the command room.
Yeah, so you guys all go back in the ship and you go to the command room, and it's a side room on the ship. It's enough for you guys to be in there. It's a little bit cramped. I mean, it's a good size room, but it's for 6 of you. I mean, you guys kind of go around this big circular hollow projector in the center, and you see her pop up, and she's looking as regal and militaristic as ever, with her hair pulled back, and she looks at you and she says, "Repult."
Our mission was a success. We have successfully obtained the star map with the hyperdrive routes to our destination.
Outstanding. You see one of the ports open with one of the droids. She's like, "Go ahead and place the data in there. Make sure that the encryption is good, and send it to me immediately." And then she's like, while you guys are doing that, she looks around. It's like, "Well done indeed."
Have I had a chance to go over the data pad at all?
Yeah, you looked at it. It's encrypted correctly. You already know what you need to do. It's
and there's
secured.
I'm just worried. Yeah, that secure. Like there isn't a way that he could.
No, it's encrypted.
I'm worried about these Hutt guys, like 100%.
If you want to make a technology roll, you can.
I think it's safe. Just to be honest, for some reason I'm really distrustful at this point.
That's all right.
Are we? Sorry, I forgot to ask this earlier. Is there a way we can make a copy of this data pad before we hand it over?
It's just being copied, right? It's just sending the information, I'm assuming.
This is sending the encrypted data over. Once it's sent, the data pad you had will be blank because the information is supposed to go to her. This was the whole purpose. She has to have the code. So basically, she has to have the other encryption. You have the encryption to read it here, but to get it open from her side, she has to have the other part of the encryption. So she just, if it wasn't her, nobody else could. It'd be a hell of a hack to try to get through this.
Okay.
18 on the die, 25.
Yeah. So you easily know that from everything you can tell, this is legit. There doesn't seem to be any kind of. You kind of do a quick scan just of looking at over everything. You can see the information. You can see the navigation and stuff. And you can see that some of it's been left out because that's for her use only, right? So you guys can't see everything, but it gives you enough information to where you feel comfortable that this is legit. You don't see anything that looks fishy, or you don't see any kind of viruses or anything that could be sent over there to her that would interfere or basically make it. There's nothing that makes you suspicious about it.
And this is just a military commander, right? This isn't a Sith that I know of. It could be, but not that I know of, right?
What are you talking about?
The person we're speaking to.
You're talking to your boss.
Yeah,
this is the Moff lady that sent us.
That's what I was asking. I don't remember, since we haven't spoken to her since the first one, whether this was just a commander or she was also a Force user.
Benefactor. She is basically the one that brought you all together. She's the one that supplied you your ship. She's the one that supplied you your weapons. She's the one that is basically paying for you guys to do stuff.
Okay, so I will mention then one thing of note. The Hutts were very, very interested in knowledge of the Force. The younger one that we rescued from the planet specifically.
She looks over to who you think is her sub-commander and just make a note of that in the report. And then she says, "Very well done, gentlemen and ladies. I must say your efficiency at your job gets high marks and will be all added to your reports. Any of you in the military? You guys are.
I am.
Yeah, I am.
Nope.
Yeah.
What's your rank in the military?
I don't think you told us what it was.
It would be like a low level. If you are, you'd
we're
be like a lieutenant.
Yeah, I think that's what
Or
you
you
told
guys
us
would
both,
be
actually.
ensigns.
actually no. I'm an agent.
You're an
I remember
agent.
that was part of my background. Was
Okay. So your rank will go up a little bit. Nothing to sneeze at. Anybody else? Anybody have Sith rank? Like, do you have a Sith rank? You're just a normal Sith. You're not anything acolyte or anything like that, correct? No, I don't think you are. Looking at your stuff. Okay. So it says there will be titles and stuff granted later on. But for now, I need you to keep working with the Hutt. This will be very profitable for our war effort, and I thank you very much for your hard work. So, anything else you need to report to me, included in the file. I want detailed information about everything that happened. And she looks at who's going to be doing that. Who's going to be the one that's going to file the report and everything.
It is worth mentioning the situation about the spice and the plague that was there, and they are definitely interrelated in a way. And there is a possibility of note that this plague and or the spice combination could be weaponized.
Interesting. Make sure you include in your report. And then she looks.
I'll fill out the report since I'm the actual Imperial dude here. So.
All right. She expects a full detailed report of like everything, because information in the Chiss Empire is worth more than credits. So every little bit of information you can gather, she wants, right? No matter how big it is.
I'll. My dude's a bookworm. He'll put down every single thing.
Okay, so you guys get that done then, and so she congratulates you again. And says to stand by, see if the Hutt wants anything else. She wants to see if she can expand upon your working relationship. This is a great start. It's got the information that she needs to start getting some trade routes and things, military stuff prepared. But she wants you to continue working the Hutt to see what else she can offer you. And working on her behalf, she reminds you guys that you are in her name, so don't mess up. And that she wants you to continue building that trust and relationship with Popara, because there is more that can be gained from this relationship as far as she's concerned for now.
If that is the case, I believe in the extreme circumstance, what they mentioned about wanting to know more about relics of the Force, whether it's Jedi or Sith, would be a way to secure that relationship. But again, that would be something that probably should be further away, but I leave it to you, of course.
Okay. All right. That being said, you guys go ahead and level. You guys hit level 5.
Hey.
In this station, are there areas for us to get cybernetic enhancements?
No, but you can get it ordered, and then you'd have to go to someone. There's nobody there that can do a cybernetic. Well, let me see what does he have on here. He's got a buttload of stuff.
Yeah, and a droid.
Yeah, I want to go over to who. Sorry, I missed who is sending the report, but I just want to walk over and whisper to them. Don't mention these credits. We still have the credits.
All right.
Second level force powers, yay!
Yeah. So there is actually someone who can do that for you here, Finn. What are you trying to do?
A fine dexterity augment. I'm trying to figure out exactly how this works, though.
So you're trying to do what? Be specific.
there's cybernetic stuff in the expanded.
I'm just looking in the enhanced items thing, and it can do so. I'm trying to figure out how this works for my character. Like, I don't know if it's a cybernetic augmentation or what this is. So it's called the Fine Dexterity Augment. It increases Dex by 1.
First of all, you have to have cybernetics implanted on you, and then you can augment that cybernetics.
Okay. Like this one is called an item modification. So is this then any item that I have?
It has to be something on your body. So for anything like
so if I get like some special gloves,
like if you hit like Luke's hand or something like an arm or leg, you can enhance its capabilities.
Okay.
You can create it on an item, but those are more for offensive capabilities. So let's like remember like the Mandalorian's wrist where he can shoot rockets at or fire. You can get items like that for offense, but they can't. Certain suits and cybernetics can increase, like a power suit can increase your strength and stuff. That's not actually a cybernetic; it's a suit that augments your stuff. But the only way you can actually enhance like your strength or your dex or anything like that is to actually have a cybernetic. So like if it's in your brain, you can increase your capability of storage and being able to get into the internet and code hack and things of that nature. If you want it for like dexterity or strength, you can get your arm modified. You get all kinds of stuff done. It depends on if you have a cybernetic implant installed and then what you want to add to it. So you'd have to first get a cybernetic, and there's not one of those on board here. If you have a cybernetic part, you can enhance it with certain things. Let's say like your arm was cybernetic. You could actually do like strength or things of that nature.
Does item modification though have to be one of those parts, or can it be anything?
So it depends on what you're looking to do. If you're looking for dex, it has to be a body part.
Okay, yeah, I was looking for dex and trying to see if I can get it on like gloves or something like that.
No, you'd have to get like your hand would have to be like something like that. The only thing that like you can increase, like if you have like a cybernetic eye, like you can see like night vision, or you can increase your perception check and things of that nature. So it just depends on which part of the body you want to get a cybernetic part, and then what do you want to add to it.
Okay, I'll have to look at this a little more then. Okay, yeah. I'm good then.
Yeah. Because it's not like you just take a cybernetic device, put it on your arm, and say, oh, well, that's dexterity. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to have mechanical stuff implanted on your arm. That's what they did for Vader, right? His arms and legs were cybernetic on top of this power suit that he had. So that's how he's able to do what he did.
Okay. I'll handle that later. I'll just do the regular leveling for now.
Okay. So go ahead and level up your characters. If you have any questions, let me know. We're going to get to the
Actually, there is a question that I'd like to ask. Would we be able to buy items while we're here?
Yes, you can.
There's a armor
There's a huge cache of stuff, and Popara is very much about getting you guys squared away.
Okay. Because I want to look into an armor upgrade.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Since I don't have that much credits, I was thinking maybe powered Durasteel, or if the Hutt is feeling nice, maybe the heavy Durasteel.
Durasteel is...
if it's available. If not
available.
That's okay.
That's one of those things where he's like, if you want Durasteel, you're going to have to go find it. I know somebody that can shape it into something for you, right? But he says that's not something you just come across. He doesn't have anything like that.
That's why I asked.
So I have a question on the credits. Mm-hmm. So I know we have like 500K from the Chiss. I assume that can't be spent here. Is that right?
That was well, if you want to steal it, you can. But it was mainly for negotiations. So you have 500,000 credits sitting there, but it's not just yours willy-nilly to spend, unless you want to, like, screw your boss. I mean, you can do that.
No, but, okay. Well, and
we are an evil campaign, just saying.
Yeah, we are, but we also have 90K left over from what Mika fronted us, right? So are we just dividing that up amongst the party?
You can do with that whatever you like.
I mean, there's 6 of us, right? So
15K a person?
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Everyone's cool with that?
Fine by me.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then, so Ranger, can I check if I can find any friction grip gear in the station?
Yeah, you actually are able to find some.
Okay, cool. I'll pick that up. And are there any? What was the other thing? The wrist launcher, is it possible to find one of those? It's
Yes.
kind of like the... Okay, cool. I want to pick up one of those, and then I guess just like an assortment of whatever kind of
So the
weapons
wrist
they have.
launcher can only use for one thing, so you have to decide on what you want to use it for. So like you can make it multiple things. So you have to decide.
Oh, I thought you could just change the ammo on it.
No, that's not how those work. It's like you can make like it can be a flamethrower, it can be a dart, it can be mini missiles. It depends on what you want to use it for, but it can't be. It's not one of those things. You would have to actually try to do a tinkering thing and create one of your own, or have someone do it for you, but it's going to be pretty pricey.
Okay, I'll get one with the flamethrower then.
Okay, so go ahead and add that to your inventory. That's easy enough. You get a discount here. So you have how much credits on you right now?
I have 18K total with the 15.
Yeah, it's gonna cup you. They're way more expensive, but you're only doing the fire one. You said, 2,000 credits.
Okay. So that's 4 total then.
Mm-hmm.
The climbing set is normally 2. Okay, cool. All right. Then the last thing I want to try and pick up, is there any like any droid vendors here? Like, can I pick up another tracking droid to have on hand?
Yeah, you're able to find a tracking droid.
I'd like to know what a tracker droid costs too.
I have to look that up. They're pretty pricey.
That's what I was worried about. Yeah.
I think those ones are pretty cheap. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second.
Well, a basic tracking droid is, but if you want it to be more specific and higher quality, it's going to be way more expensive.
Because I have a power that I can, kind of like a familiar almost, where I can interface with a tracker droid now. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so the tracker droids themselves, the base one is only 150 credits.
Right, but those are basic, like, run-of-the-mill droids. Do you want something higher tech or able to do more?
Yeah, I do for sure.
Okay,
can I get one that's like modded with a blaster, maybe?
No, you can't find those here. Let's see. Well, if I can find what page are you looking these on?
So it's in the basic book, 152.
That's what I thought.
As a droids chart.
Oh, nice. I got 2 new force powers. Level 2, here I come.
Yep, that's what I said.
Yeah, your tracker droids. So, basic tracker droids, which gives you just the standard. They're 200 credits, right? They can basically, if you've got the, like, it's for like bounty hunter work, right? Or for trying to find somebody, but you have to have like their signature, or a photo of them or something like that the droid can go look for. They don't come with any kind of weapon or anything like that. Something like those get into more of your higher tech droids, right? And those run to about, because of the nature of what those are, because of the equipment that's involved with those, they can come with a small blaster and other things like being able to do more high tech stuff. Those run really expensive. Those are more of those. Those are considered like assassination tracker droids. Those run 2,000 to 3,000 a pop. But your basic tracker
do they have any of those?
They do not. You would have to go to the guild and be able to find someone that works for the guild to get those. They do have tracker droids because of bounty hunter work, but they can't be known to have assassinating tracker droids in the public. You have to go find somebody somewhere to go get something like that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just pick up another regular one like I have.
All right, so you have a couple tracker droids. Yeah.
What kind of... So droids like Chopper or something, that's not an assassination droid, but it's still above, like way above a tracker droid, right?
Oh, you're talking
you're talking astromechs, dude.
Yeah, those are...
So that's like...
Yeah, that's what I have.
That's what you have. Okay, no, I'm just trying to understand it. Thank you. Yeah, cool.
I think of like the one Iden Versio has in Battlefront. That's kind of
because my Sith subclass
like the one
is...
Iden has is like between 3,000 and 5,000.
Yeah, I think what my archetype is similar to Ezra because I'm Path of the Synthesis. So I came with a wrist pad and I have 2 tech powers instead of force powers. So I'm kind of like that. So that's why I wanted to try and find a droid that would fit. But just a basic tracker droid doesn't seem like something I would want to
No, it's not really
spend
gonna. It's
money on.
not from
It
what you
wouldn't fit
want.
me.
I
It
mean,
wouldn't
you
fit
could
me. But
use it. I mean, it'd be good.
yeah,
You know, if you were
no, I
doing.
want something more that not more for attacking, but more for I guess like scanning and seeking, maybe even help with piloting stuff, something like that, like a chopper
Astromech
style.
can do a lot of your navigating, piloting, running the ship. That's what Astromechs are known for. Like you see RT doing stuff like that all the time.
So eventually, that's probably what I'm gonna want.
Yeah, I mean, you that's what they're there for.
Because I just want, I want more of a familiar style droid. That's what I'm going for.
But like something like Iden Versio has from Battlefront is way
That'd be cool,
different.
yeah. Or like the one that attaches to the back.
Yeah, if you eventually get home, you could try to get one of those kind of droids. You'd have to go through the military, but since you are part of the military, you could probably get one requisite. Probably through the Grand Moff, we could probably get you one. It's still going to cost you some credits, but yeah.
Okay, what about so like I said, part of my class is I have the technology wrist pad. Is there one that might be a better version or an upgrade I could add to it?
I mean, really, the wrist. I mean, that's just basically.
It allows me to use my tech and force powers together.
There's nothing really upgradable about that. I mean, the one you got is pretty good. It's military.
Okay.
It's military issued, so you're not going to find something on the black market that's better.
Oh yeah, no, I was just looking like because I don't like yours. I don't think that would work for enhancing like a stat. Really, that's not a like a body part style augmentation. I wouldn't think so.
Mm-mm.
I think I should still wait on that. I can't think of anything else really. And some more heal things, whatever they are, like
stim packs.
Medkits.
Oh yeah, you guys are
stim packs. There you go. We definitely need to stock up on that.
Yeah, you guys.
We shoot each other in the ass so much.
Yeah, you guys were able to get a whole shipment of those, so you pick up like 30 of those.
Yeah, it's cool if I add power cells too, because I just need ammo.
Yeah, you got plenty of power cells now on the ship that you guys can, for what you can carry. You can only carry so much of those. They are heavy, right? There's not like they're lightweight, but you can probably carry enough for anything you need from the ship. Now you have your armory section of the ship where you can store your weapons, things of that nature that you don't keep on you. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
How much would 2 sets of half-plate armor cost, essentially?
A lot.
Or basically just, I'm looking for a good, strong, medium armor. I need 2 of them.
I think that's in the book, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking through. I have to go through each thing. Explosives, holocrons, don't really care about any of that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I would like a holocron, but they're so expensive. It's unbelievable.
The fuel for your wrist thing, for your new your wrist thing there, DT, is going to cost you 350 credits per 3 uses.
Okay. Can I buy like 5 of them, I guess?
Yeah. Blasters. Really? Where is the damn armor? I have everything but the damn armor. Blaster carbine, iron carbine, lightsaber, saber whip, saber throw, double bladed. It's like, okay, none of that helps me. Why is the armor like the first goddamn thing they give you? All right, give me a second. I'm looking through the book.
I'm right on the website, and under loot you can select armor. So like battle armor, the medium armor, it's a 14.
Hold on, I'm looking. Give me a second. For the love of Christ. I have everything but the goddamn armor I'm going through. Really? Oh, well, the dewback will cost you 900 credits if you guys are interested. Do you have Tauntaun? Tauntauns are 500 credits, guys.
We need a carbonite tank. They're only 550 credits.
Yeah.
Powered battle armor, 2,500.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I'm seeing battle armor looks like it's 1,000. Light battle armor is 500.
Well, that's standard stuff, but let me look through here real quick. It's going to be a little bit more pricey if you want more stuff to it.
Heavy Durasteel, 15,000.
Yeah, Durasteel's what the man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I even want to ask how much would a full set of Mandalorian armor cost?
About 100 and.
It's probably not even in here. Yeah, it's like sorry, that's an artifact.
You'd have to kill a Mandalorian to get it.
Well, you can find Durasteel, but then you have to get.
It's actually in here. It actually says Mandalorian Beskar armor is 40 times the credit of whatever armor piece you want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So the Beskar version is 40 times.
Okay, so for my level 2 force powers, I took force camouflage and phase walk. I can go invisible and vamp.
Okay, that's 136. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, so it'd only be 100,000 credits for me to get a full set of Beskar medium armor.
If you can find it, that's the thing.
Well,
Beskar is extraordinarily rare.
If I got 100,000 credits to throw around, I'm gonna assume that I've got the rest. So, if you can worry about wrecking your BMW, you can afford a BMW.
What kind of armor are you looking for?
Just medium armor, but just the best that I can get because I need 2 sets, one for me and one for the droid.
Droid does not wear armor.
Actually, what I can do is I can adjust the armor, break it down, and then still, is basically what I have to do.
No. Not the kind of droid you have. I mean, I'll let you make a tinkering check.
It's like the core ability of the droid.
The droid itself is an astromech droid. You can do stuff to it, but you're going to have to tinker with it because you will change how it functions. Because when you add weight to it, it changes everything. So that's one of the reasons why the droids are the way they are. So you'd have to do some refining and stuff like that. So that's not one adding a pistol or changing its programming and doing some other modifications to it is one thing. Adding armor is a whole nother ball of wax. Because you think if you add 1 pound of armor to a droid, you affect everything about it.
Mm-hmm. Changes of movement speed and all that stuff. Hey, Ranger, real quick, I'm going to take the base 6 hit points plus my Constitution modifier for this level.
That's fine. Is everybody else just going to take the base then?
Yeah, that's fine for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to roll because my Constitution modifier is X.
Okay, go for it.
What do I roll again? Sorry.
You just roll whatever your number is, a D8, D10, whatever you get for your roll, and then add your Constitution to it. Let's see what happens with Teal's character.
Okay.
It could have been worse. 50. You got 50%.
Not bad.
Of it. All right. So who wanted the armor?
I
did,
had.
Right? You did.
Yep.
You're looking for medium armor, right?
Yep.
So a battle armor itself, just basic armor will be, and they'll paint it for you any color you want here. It'd be 1,000 credits.
I'm gonna pass because the point of it was to go and equip it onto the droid.
Right. So if you're looking to increase the droid, you can make the check yourself. So what you need to do is you've got to find something very lightweight to put onto the droid, like a skin on the outside. I would say if you could find...
Let him post that ability he has, because he has something very specific to his character class.
I know what the ability is. He can do all kinds of stuff. Just the physics of it. That's what I'm saying. Just because, I mean, it's... adding armor to something, like if you add armor to a human being, you're adding weight. And for a astromech droid, it changes its whole way of functioning. Now, there is some armor out there that you can do that for, that allow you for, but battle armor is not one of it. Like if you want to increase, I'll say you can do this, John. If you want to basically redo its skin, like its entire chassis, into a higher grade armor, let's say like you want to make it Durasteel or something like that, if you can get your hands on it, and then have pay someone to remold the skin and then just put it on your droid, then I'll let you do that. But adding something on top of what's already there existing is going to be something totally different.
Well, yeah, I mean, what the ability even says is that it's you professionally integrate it into the chassis. So, I mean, it requires a long rest, and you have to go and provide the materials equivalent.
All right, so let's say
armor and
you can get some Durasteel here. Say you can basically make some light battle armor for your droid. Is that what you wanted? Light armor, battle armor, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking just for, you know, what the equivalent in a medium armor. You know, just I mean, it's only going to increase the AC by 2, so it's not even that big a deal.
I'll say you do that. So since we are taking a break, it's in between. You'll see you get your hands on some armor that you're able to recraft or reshape. Let's see how well you do. So this would be a skill you do. So you are able to do it, but let's see how well you do it. Make me a technology check with advantage.
A 27?
Boy, you're lucky I gave you advantage.
Well, the 27 was the first one.
That's true. Yeah, you're able to do it. So you're able to, in the 2 to 3 weeks that you guys are there on the station, you're able to get your hands on some armor, so you can say your armor's AC went up by 2.
Okay.
And I want to do a little shopping while I'm here, too.
All right.
Everything's just so expensive. I can't think of, like, grenades look good, but it's like a fourth or half of what we would need just for one.
Actually, would I be able to get my hands on the powered battle armor, the medium powered battle armor here, Ranger?
Yeah, you're able to find a suit of power battle armor.
Okay.
We'll give you disadvantage on stealth.
That's fine.
And it's a very heavy set of armor. It's 45 pounds.
That's fine.
But yeah, you're able to do that. You can get it.
Okay.
Imperial black and
might lose some of your dex bonus, Grim.
Remember, yeah,
you only get 2. It's got, dude. I have a 14 AC right now. This will hype it up 2 extra AC.
There you go.
Okay, I didn't know if it would be like a net, you know, if you would only gain 1 because you lost a dex or something weird. Like, I don't want to go up to that one specifically for that because my dex is 16.
Yeah, and stealth isn't my character's forte anyway, so I don't care.
Cool. No.
Plus, I can go invisible and teleport. I don't need stealth.
Makes sense.
If I got
I'm hoping to understand other characters.
If I got myself robotic hands or something like that, Ranger, so I can augment it. You can add multiple augments onto that item, right?
Up to 2 is what I usually allow for someone because it depends. Like, so for a hand or an arm, I'll do 2. Leg, I'll do 2. Head's a little different since it's your brain and stuff. A lot of people do stuff. Usually I allow like 3 augments, stuff like that. So.
And then you can replace augments afterwards?
Yeah, if you don't like it, if you want to change it, you can. And
then what? You sell the old augment?
Mm-hmm. No, you'll get less value because it's used.
Right. Less like any sale price or anything. Okay.
Right.
How much does it? I can't find like a cost. How much would it cost to augment? And is it per hand? Each one is 2?
Yeah. Well, no. It would be like if you're doing both. Are you doing both hands or one hand?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What
you can
could I augment just one hand for now, get 2 augments on it, and then do the other hand later?
You can only get up to 3. It's also what it tolls it takes on your body too, and everything that goes with it. So hands total, both hands would be 3. Like legs or feet would be up to 3 as well in total if you did both.
Okay, so the first one can get 2, but if you replace the other one, you're only allowed 1 extra.
Right. It's just about the because it connects to your nervous system and all this other crazy stuff, and you can only do so much with it.
Okay. How much does it cost then to replace my hand with a cybernetic?
That's probably gonna be really expensive, dude.
Because I'm not seeing any price. I see what the price is for the augmentations, but I don't see what the price is to
What's the price of the augmentation?
So one of them is 10,000, the other is 2,000 that I was looking at. And these are item modifications, not cybernetics. So I don't know if it makes a difference, but.
Ranger, just real quick, the armor was 1,000, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if the actual. But these, like I said, these are item modifications.
It would cost. The hand itself would cost you, just the hand, the cybernetic hand, cost you 3,000.
3,000? Okay.
So and then another 4,000 to pay someone to install it. It's major surgery.
Oh, okay. So that's 7,000. Okay.
Right. Out of curiosity, would I be able to install it?
Yeah, would Vornu be able
with
to
your
install it?
dice rolls? No.
Hey, he got a 27.
I mean, he could.
This is medical. This is not.
The medical aspect. He'd have a problem with the tech aspect.
Yeah, the tech is fine, but the actual hand itself and stuff.
I am actually proficient at medicine.
Are you a surgeon?
Well, I could play one on TV.
No. If you want to roll and kill Finn,
Doogie Howser over here.
Yeah, go
ahead.
Hey,
I could totally George Clooney this, you know.
If he gets everyone on the team to help and gets advantage, does that work?
No.
I could guidance myself.
This is a specialist, and you don't have it.
I'd have the droid pull up the YouTube video.
I mean, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm just telling you, you need to fly in a doctor, have him work it.
Can I have it done while we're waiting for the ship?
You can have it done waiting. They have facilities there. The Hutt can bring someone in.
I was going to say, we've seen.
Hold on. The Hutt asks if this is going to be your favorite because he'll pay for the doctor fee to have him come in. And he'll get the cost reduced a little bit, but this will be your favor.
What? I mean, that's a.
Can I do it without the favor?
No. Because he's flying someone in that he trusts. He's taking care of the initial fees and getting a price reduction.
But I'd rather this not be the favor, is what I'm saying.
Then no.
Then I won't be able to
probably get a better, a better implant and stuff done at our Empire or whatever if you waited. But yeah, it'd be cool to get now.
But I can get the cybernetic hand for 3,000 now.
You can buy it here for 3,000. You can't do anything else with it.
Right. So getting the surgeon or something here in order to implant it is what he would be doing for the favor. So I'll spend
pretty good favor if you ask me. But
well, if we have some other ways, it is. But I feel like we have other ways that we may be able to come across the surgeon.
Possibly may cost.
I'd rather not use a favor on something that's a little bit optional at this point. So I will buy the cybernetic hand for 3,000. And then I'll wait on installing it right now.
Okay.
Too bad we couldn't just have Finn play Surgeon Simulator to see if he attaches the.
Oh, we know he would attach the foot. You'd have a foot like
Can I actually get an augmentation on the hand while I wait? And so when it installs, it comes with the augment?
Yeah, you can pay for that as well.
Okay. So I'm going to pay for the dexterity modification.
Right.
So it'll increase the dex by 1. It's the fine dexterity.
Right. So remove the cost of the hand and of the modification. You have that. It's
doing
not
that
installed.
Now. Okay.
And the modification is set to be installed with the hand when you install the hand. There's 2 separate items. They're not actually. It's set up to be in there, but it has to be installed once the hand's installed because they have to make it work.
Gotcha. Okay. I am set.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yep.
May I ask a question of you?
Sure.
Or I won't shop.
How would you feel about?
You guys wait. Tills, what did you want to? I didn't hear you, buddy. What did you want to get?
It's all good. I want a pair of rocket boots with an extra power cell.
Pair of rocket boots. I have to go through here.
Page 148 of Player's Handbook.
Okay, good. I was going through where is it? I saw it before. I was just trying to find it. Okay, so the rocket boots is fine. They don't require a cell per se. They require fuel, kind of like the. It's a different type of fuel than you see, like the guy DT's wrist thing, but it's rechargeable. But it's a special type of fuel and kind of.
I was saying it can be replaced by the power cell too. I was saying if they had sold extra power cells of it.
Not for the boots itself. They just have
Okay.
the extra one that comes with. So no.
That's fine. That's fine. Like those though.
All right.
And then I want to get 4 thermal detonators.
All right, now we're getting to the weeds. Let's see, thermal detonators.
Yeah, there's 750 a pop if you're looking for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go to 149, it's got like a master list of prices.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Thermal detonators are not that easy to come by.
So I was hoping a Hutt might have them, if anybody.
Oh, they have them.
You know, a lot easier than going into your local Space Mart.
Oh, you're not going to find them there.
Shop smart. Shop S smart.
Oh, yeah. Because of the how hard these are to come by in this sector, it's going to cost you 1,000. He's got 2 of them.
1,000 each?
Yes.
I'll take them both.
Okay.
And then was it paying market value for the rocket boots?
Yeah, they're giving you a kind of a deal on those. Usually those would be marked up to probably about 4,000.
Okay. I'll knock that down.
And remember, your rocket boots last for 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. And then, do we have anything on the ship that would allow me to do recharges?
You have a weapons area and stuff, yes.
Okay,
So, yeah.
perfect.
So basically, the boots come with an extra power pack that gives
So I
you
do have one
additional
extra,
minutes,
okay.
but that's it. So after those 2 uses, you have to recharge them for and you have to recharge them in like a ship or a power generator to get them.
Yeah,
recharged.
a facility that has the equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like
It's not like I can pull out my
No, you can't.
USB charger.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna be running around with like an astromech droid generator where you're gonna be like, oh, let me just plug these back in and let's go back into the fight.
Plug it right into the droid. Do you have Wi-Fi
Hey,
here?
Billy, grab the jumper cables. We're gonna
God, why are you being like this, R2? Damn it! All right, anybody else?
Quick question on the leveling up. Are we doing multi-classing or not?
Not until you hit 10.
Okay.
Last call. Anybody else?
Hey, Ranger, so if I were to call in my favor with, what is it, Popara?
Popara,
I would
yes.
say his name. Can I get one of the, like, I really want one of the badass, like, Iden Verso droids. I thought that's what I had, but I guess not. Like, you know, one that can, like, be more functional in combat, I guess.
All right. So this is going to be your favorite, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we need to see how.
My whole class, so I need a good droid.
Let me see here. What can we use? All right, he gets a +5. Let's see what he does. He says he can get you one. I'm assuming you did this at the beginning, or like right after that. He's like, "Hey, I want my favorite." So
Yeah.
he's able to get you one, but you'll have to take care of some of the cost.
Sure. How much, what's it going to run?
He's like 2,000 credits.
Okay, done.
All right. And a week and a half later, you get your new droid.
So I'm here. Do they have a pocket scrambler?
They do.
I think that's something we could all use, so I'd like to pick one up.
Okay, mark it.
Got it.
Those are not that expensive, I don't think. Your new droid is a Empire class droid. It comes with it doesn't come with any lasers, but it can shock people. So it can stick to someone and shock them, or it can shoot an electrical bolt to have a chance to shock them. So it's a shock ability, DC 13 save versus shock, which basically knocks opponent prone, paralyzed for an action for a round. So each round they have to try to recover from the shock, but it has to get to has a movement of 30 feet like you do. It's a bonus action to use the droid, so there you go.
All right, cool. And it doesn't have the same features as my tracking droid. I use that.
It can communicate with you. It can talk to you. You can talk to it. There's a connection that allows you to talk in your wrist to the droid. If you're separated or if you're nearby, you can just talk to it and understand it. Your tracking droids are just tracking droids. They're just tracking droids. It's like go find. They go find. They don't have any other uses other than that.
Ask. We have yet to encounter any Force users, be that Jedi or Sith, and it seems that
that's not true.
Of note, really, nothing
that's not true.
Well, that we've
Wasn't
been able
there
to
the
find.
Twi'leks?
Yes, they're very strong on the Force. They're Force adepts.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking like something that we've been able to engage in combat or possibly prove our new set of skills in. Our favor, perhaps this Hutt may know of someone on a planet where we could challenge ourselves and thereby gain a favor with him and with our main employer. It was just something I was thinking about. Hutts know of many people on both sides.
What are you trying to do, Corinth?
Are you trying to find a wanted Sith in order to take his lightsaber?
Yeah, he wants to hunt somebody down.
I want to go challenge a Sith or a Jedi, since I haven't got to do that as my character yet. I want to prove my skills. Is really actually what I'm saying. Especially both of us.
You know that you both have Sith masters that you do have to eventually go back to when you start getting to higher levels for training, all kinds of stuff. So at these early stages, you're kind of learning through the Force of your own, but probably here soon, you do know you have to go back and go through trials and things of that nature.
I'm just trying to, be an evil guy. I've never done that before, so I'm
trying to. You can try to go hunt down a Jedi or something like that. I mean, it's up to you. Whatever.
But I don't know where any are. But our favor conceivably a Hutt could tell us about.
Trying to get
many.
a Jedi bounty.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking about. You got
or
it.
A list
or
of
a
a bunch
Sith
of locations
bounty.
of them.
Exactly. Something like that, because that's good information, and that's something that would also help refine my skills in the Force, I think, by testing myself in combat. But you're right.
You could try it if you want.
It's up to you.
I just didn't know, and I was just asking what Osk thought about it too, because I didn't. Obviously, I've never.
It's
thought
an
about
interesting
that
idea.
Well, so I don't know if we were going to ask something like that, and he had to do any research. Now would also be a good time, since our friend is waiting for a droid, but I'm unsure. That's why I'm speaking to you.
This is your Osk. What do you want to do?
I say it's an interesting idea. I don't know if I want to use my favor on something like that, but it is an interesting idea.
That's what that. So I mean, I guess I'll ponder over it, but I don't know if I have much time to think about it. So I probably won't end up using my favor either. But at least wanted to discuss it a bit, and that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, if you want to, you guys have your tasks that you have to do for your boss, right? But y'all do whatever you want. You know?
I was thinking about starting construction of a new lightsaber.
what is the rest? I'm going to mention it to the rest of the group. If there is a possibility of high bounties that could not only reward us but help with favors and how we look to the Hutts and our employers, would the group be interested in that, or should we focus just on our main mission?
If there's money involved, I'm down.
Yep, you guys seem like a good group of people. I'm in it for the money.
Yeah, me too.
I definitely need to procure some sources of income.
Now, it wouldn't necessarily be easy money, by no means.
Well, lots of money never comes easily.
That's why we beat it out of them.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Well,
I suppose we could.
Well, I'll mention the idea that I had to the rest of the group as well. That it's obviously something that they are wanting information or relics from, or if there is a known wanted Jedi or Sith in the system we are going to, it would not only allow us a way to make extra credits, but a way for possibly for Osk and I to test our new skills in the Force.
I'll let you decide. I'm fine with going after a Jedi or a Sith. I don't care. We know Mika is looking for a lightsaber, so there's extra bounty there. So yeah, I'm good with it.
That's one of the points. It's like a good.
As long as you don't get us killed, I'm good.
Well, I mean that is always a possibility, but I guess it's the way over. Would this be worth delaying our main mission on? Why not? I'm going to go ahead and ask.
Didn't you say that we just have to help the Hutt right now?
I think so. And if we've got time, and if he says no, I don't know of any. I don't think he's going to say favor used up, you're screwed. So yeah, because if it's something that will not only benefit him and or his son, I think it would probably be like a win, almost a win-win. So I'll mention that as that I would be interested in using my favor if they know of.
Don't mention you're using a favor. Just say you're here to help him, and we're looking to see if he has any Jedi or Sith that we need to take care of.
Okay, and I say
don't even bring up the favor.
I'll
don't
say
volunteer things.
So I'll say, since they know the path that we are going
ask
to be
for a foreign-sensitive bounty or a high-paying bounty and see what you get.
Since they know our path, if there is any force-sensitive bounties along in that system or near any systems nearby, we would gladly take those, since they would be most likely very profitable and is something that the Hutt's cartel is very interested in. I can make a charisma check or something like that if you want. Persuasion check.
With who?
With my character to the Hutt.
He's not there.
Well, that's who I would like to ask for an audience with to speak and mention this to.
To say I can check around in the cantina with some of my smuggler contacts too. Okay. They might know of someone.
Yeah. So how about that?
Make an intelligence check. I've just been loving you talk about this. Make an intelligence check, please. God damn it! You still remember the sliminess of the Hutt. For some reason, you know something about being a part of the Sith Empire.
We're gonna
die. But yeah, it just doesn't come to you.
We're gonna get sent against Kenobi and die.
He'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
Depends.
Then I
the Force goes to Kenobi,
I don't know
still
anything,
gonna kill
so I can't say anything else. I have to go about what I was doing.
So if you want to ask the Hutt when you see him next, you're more than welcome to do
I think that's the best. I think that's what I was going to do anyway. So
okay, all right. Well, so we'll say that it's been 2 weeks. You guys have been doing what you've been doing. The Hunts long have left. You guys have just been there. Your shit's been,
one thing during those 2 weeks, I don't know if I need to make any checks. I'm going to be looking to see whether or not the brother or any of the Wookiees or anything come around our ship.
No, they never do. All the Hutts have left.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure they weren't trying to bug our ship.
Yeah, the only ones there are the people that run the station, the station and stuff like that. You're given all the accommodations, things of that nature. And
if they're already left, don't worry about it.
Okay. I would also say that Vorno would go and double check the work fairly often.
Yeah, you don't see anything hanky going on. the quad blasters are installed. You have your navigation droids in place. You have a new astromech that runs the engineering side of things. It's plugged in. You have upgraded all your systems. Everything that you asked for has been installed in your ship. So it's a meaner fighting machine than it was before. I mean, not that it wasn't before. It's pretty nasty, but now that with the extra laser power and with the missiles and torpedo bays and everything, it's a pretty formidable ship. You can hold your own against some tough opponents.
I would ask Vornu to do a scan for the little droids again.
Yeah, I'll actually help them install the new parts. You did say we could do that since we have 2 weeks.
Yeah, you work with the mechanics and stuff, and helping and stuff. I mean, they're all a bunch of greasers that just like working, and they work on the Hutts. There's other ships there, projects, things that they've been working on, but you guys have been given the priority, so they've been there's some other skeleton crews still working on some of the other stuff, but they've all been tasked to work on here, and they for the most part they do a good job. You can tell they do really good work. That's why they were hired by the Hutt, and you can tell they run stuff here at the station as well, and you can tell that they also perform checks and maintenance on his ship that he uses.
I definitely would like to try and make a small talk and see if there's any pertinent information that are recent events that are happening. If this Hutt is way over a jerk, has been threatened by his son, and we haven't heard about it yet. Those might be some things.
Roll a charisma check.
Or persuasion?
Charisma.
Just charisma? Okay. Oh, wow.
So you get in good with them. They don't really deal with the Hutts per se like that way. They haven't really heard of any rumors. Of course, they're grease junkies. They don't really hear a lot. There's always been a rivalry between Mika and Vornos. Standard Hutt stuff, really.
Have they seen those spider technology-looking crab?
They know what you're talking about, but they said anybody and everybody uses them. They don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
Good.
they explain that those are just standard spy droids. Anybody uses those, but
and you find them frequently on ships in the shipyard.
You can. It depends if they're deployed. So some ships have countermeasures against that.
Okay.
That keep those kind of stuff out. But a lot of ships they're not. That's not an uncommon item. They know exactly what you're talking about. But it's they said it wouldn't shock if any of the Hutts used them, or anybody that worked for the Hutts used them.
Or all of them did.
Yeah, or all of them did. So I mean, it's like, hey, one guy's like, yeah, when you're dealing with the Hutts, that's just the kind of stuff you expect, my friend.
All right, well, I'll make sure to, relay all that to the rest of the group that I did get in good speaking with them and stuff, and that they have seen these
they
commonly.
like you guys drink a little bit of ale and stuff after work one day, and they appreciate you getting your hands dirty a little bit. They're kind of fascinated. They ask you a lot of questions about the Sith Chiss Empire, about you, and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of small talk and stuff going there. You get to know the group pretty well, and they like you. And you can put
I fit well with Grease Monkeys.
And you can add that you have a contact with contacts mechanical crew Popara.
Cool. Yeah, because I'm a spacer, so I kind of gravitate to mechanical crews and such like that. Since I was kind of grew up and stuff, so that's why I kind of wanted to make sure. I almost forgot to go out there too.
All right. Anybody else?
Nope. Just after they're done with all the ships, I'm gonna ask Vornu to see if her droid could be able to do another scan to make sure we don't have any of those spy droids on our ship.
Vornu, do you comply?
I think it's a good enough idea. I would.
Yep. Scan complete. No droids on board. And
that's all I care about.
You guys are free and clear. And
I will reach out with the Force just to make sure.
You reach out in the Force and confirm that there is nothing on board.
Okay.
as you guys get on your ship, it's been 2 weeks. You guys have made all your changes, upgraded your ship, everything like that. Who is typing in the background or doing something? I'm just hearing. Is that you, Finn?
I'm typing a
I'm
little
muted.
bit,
We can hear it.
but sorry.
Sorry, it was just throwing me off like somebody typing. All right. As you guys are getting on board, you got the clearance to leave. You see that you're receiving a transmission from Popara.
Okay.
And it says, please stand by for a personal message from the magnificent Popara the Hutt. And it's a droid you guys are familiar with. It says, may his name ever be sung with praise.
Popara!
You guys want to take the message before you take off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you
Take it.
guys take the message, and you can take messages in the cabin too. One of those smaller projectiles, holographic projectors in there pops up. There's a burst of static, and then you see Popara. He appears, looking pretty much the same as the last time you saw him. It's been a few
Only
weeks.
bluer.
Yeah.
Can I do an
This
insight to see if he
hologram.
looks slimier than normal?
No, because it's a holographic image. He looks calm, despite the fact that this is a recording. You get the feeling he's looking right at you. He seems to be staring through your souls. He speaks in Huttonese, and the voice is translated by the H3PO unit that you guys are familiar with. It said, may his name ever be sung with praise. And this is what he translates to you guys as, gentle and capable friends. I wish to invite you to meet with me at the soonest convenient moment. Come to my home on Nar Shaddaa. I will be hosting a series of banquets and wish for you to attend. At that time, I would like to discuss a loose end from your adventure on Endigrad. I believe a storm is coming, and I want to be prepared. Come as soon as you are able. I will be waiting. Static flashes again, and the H3PO unit appears. He says, Popara, may his tongue always be tipped with sweets. Request your response to his message. Downloading coordinates and approval codes for landing now. We will meet again on Nar Shaddaa. And with that, the message terminates.
A loose end, huh?
Said as soon as we can, but are there any dates in when he updated the coordinates or anything?
Are there any what?
Any dates and when we need to be there? He just said as soon as available.
Yeah, it looks like
Yes.
you guys need to. He's looking to get.
Storm is coming. They're
Yeah.
probably under attack, or gonna be under attack.
I'm assuming soon. I'm just wondering if they gave a specific date as to when a lot of these banquets and stuff are going to
I
be
mean, it
happening.
seems like it's pretty soon. So, like, the sooner you
Okay.
leave, the sooner you can get there and be prepared for the banquets and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, do I have a bad feeling about this?
Yeah.
That's what we do. But there's going to be food. Food is like
Oh.
money, but edible. So I'm good.
We're supposed to take whatever jobs he's got, so
Mm-hmm. Should we inform the Moff that we're heading over there before we go? Let her know where we're going.
You can, yeah. She said to keep her updated.
Well, I'm asking.
I'll
Calrac.
fill her in. I'll fill her in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So your intelligence.
Yeah,
officer.
so I'll go back to the command room and call her up and send
her
the
second in command's there. and
status.
He's like, report.
I'll fill him in on. We're going to Nar Shaddaa, I think is what
Nar
you said it
Shaddaa.
was, right? Nar Shaddaa, to visit with the Hutt again. He's got some more work for us. We want to give you an update.
All right. He says, keep us apprised of the situation, and I will let her commander know what is happening. If you need anything, let us know.
Affirmative. I'll scout.
All right. All right.
Good to say it right. A scout.
Finn, you just
Have
died.
fun with it. Grim should have more
I'll
fun with
work-
it. He can go.
I'll work on the Trandoshan
Remember that
accent.
thing you
over-
had, Finn, with the Baby Yoda, and then the disaster? It's Baby Yoda now with your character in front of it, and your character just explodes. And
Just
pulls
wait
Mickey
one
down.
more level, and I'll be able to
That's what
force
happened
choke
to your.
Finn. So.
Yes, yeah. That's just what happened to your character, Finn Hindenburg. Get him, Baby Yoda. Yeah, I'm
Well,
sorry,
wait
Finn.
for it, Ranger. You know, one more. I think it's one more level, and the two Sith characters can get force choke, and then we can choke Finn for you.
No, you're gonna have to earn that one. All right. going to Nar Shaddaa. So you guys plug in the coordinates. You guys have your new upgraded ship. It's a badass ship. You guys take off, plug in the nav coordinates, and you guys jump into hyperspace. And the trip through Hutt space to Nar Shaddaa pretty much passes without incident. Your new sensors and everything you have in the ship, you guys are well ready for anything you might face, and you don't see anything blips on the scope, anything that you don't see other than normal traffic stuff, so nothing really happens. As you guys pop into view, you see the planet. Nar Shaddaa is the moon outside of Hutt, and as you get closer, the smuggler's moon is like a mud swamp nest with craft buzzing around it at all times. A number of ships have collected in a holding pattern at the trailing Lagrange point, waiting for permission to land. You punch in the clearance code, and you receive immediate clearance and directions for landing. Your computer connects to the Nar Shaddaa master traffic relayer, and you're brought into a tight orbit, and then drop down between the colossal skyscrapers. Think Coruscant, just bigger. With what you're seeing. And drop between the colossal skyscraper of Nar Shaddaa that rise up from the moon's depths like irregular, jagged teeth. The narrow spires and blackened domes appear simultaneously magnificent and malignant. Cloud cars and swoop bikes dance between the spires, and catwalks and bridges span the bottomless canyons between them. You drop now into one of those canyons, and the sunlight disappears above you. You pass frightfully close to other buildings as you plummet. Eventually, the descent slows, and you touch down softly on a landing pad, suspended between two of the great buildings. You feel it would take a good pilot to lift off without computer aid. Mental note, anyone?
Corn.
I will keep a note of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And same with
we need corn.
Look over at Corinth and Corn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you guys set down, you lock clamps, you get set up, the droids go about doing their business and making sure everything's good on the ship. You have new security protocols enacted. The droids will keep the ship on lockdown. No one will get in without the codes that you guys have enacted. So once the ship's sealed, no one can get in but you or anybody you authorize to get in. And the droids will notify you of anything hanky that tries to go on with your ship. That's one of the things you guys got upgraded. As you guys come off the ramp, surprise, surprise! Waiting for you is Mika the Hutt and a pair of Nikto bodyguards armed with carbon rifles and a green Jade protocol droid. Mika sees you guys and greets you warmly, and he says, "Welcome to Nar Shaddaa." He kind of looks grumpy. Says that Vaga was supposed to greet you, but he said he convinced his father to let him greet you instead. He starts shouting accolades at you guys, and he asks if there's any luggage or anything you guys want to bring with you. He's got droids waiting to carry it for you with one of those pads. If there's any gear and stuff you want to bring.
Let me ask you a quick question here. Do you happen to have any surgeons on this planet that might be able to help me out with something?
He looks at you curiously. He says, "Yes. Why?"
I might need one at some point.
He's like, "I know of an excellent one."
Excellent. And so I'll make sure that I pack my cybernetic hand and keep it with me.
Okay. So anything you guys
Usual
like
gear.
luggage, stuff like that you want to bring with you, gear that you don't want to carry, they've got a droid that will carry the gear, bellboy style for you to where you're going. You want to take advantage of that.
No, I'll keep my gear on me.
Yeah, I'm
My
carrying
character doesn't carry very much as it is already, so
Yeah, I was going to say most of us kind of travel light anyway.
Okay.
yeah.
And then Mika says that the final okay for the droid and the the people that are locking your ship down on the outside and stuff, making sure everything's good, the normal docking procedures, personnel. I let you know that this landing dock is X1256 AEB.
Can you say that one more time?
Yes, X is an X-ray 1256 Alpha Echo Bravo.
Okay.
Can't we do like you push a button, it goes beep beep? Where'd we park it?
Our Google Maps has it on there. Don't worry. If you turn it on, it tells you this is where you park, so we're good.
I'm gonna have one of my tracking droids just take that down
Grim,
as well. So it's location.
remember that little meme that Finn was just doing? Well, Grim's character just was on the Hindenburg and died. Say goodbye to Grim's character. Death by Baby Yoda. All right. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. All right. So you guys, you guys talk with Mika for a couple minutes. You guys agreed to each other. He's asking how everything went. He's asking about your upgrades. Everything was good and stuff. And you guys kind of chit chat. I need 2 people to make a spot check.
Perception, you mean?
Spot check.
I'm sorry,
Perception.
perception. Sorry.
Who has the highest ones? I have a 5.
I have good investigation.
Quickly.
but-
Give me 2.
6.
Okay, let's go with Devil's Treasure and Corn.
Okay, go make a check.
Okay. 24, natural 20.
Hooray!
Nice.
We'll switch it up next time, but you already called it first. So.
Yeah, I
Teals?
thought I was calling for stealth. No.
Oh, who
But
else
it's
is
cool.
rolling?
Teals was or corn.
Corn, yeah.
Make the roll. All right. As
Hooray!
you guys
Good call.
are talking, and you see this, you both see it. You sense it through the Force, Corn. JLo, DT, you see it because you just rolled so well. You see a figure dressed in black on one of the catwalks about 6 meters above you guys. The figure has a blaster rifle and is taking careful aim at the group. You have a reaction. What do you want to do?
I'll shout out to everyone to get down, and then I'll try and take cover as well.
Okay, Corn. what are
How
you doing?
far away is this guy?
You don't know because you don't see him.
Well, is
Oh,
Mika?
well.
Mika's near us. Actually,
Yeah, he's
I wanna
right next to
try
you
and
guys.
cover Mika. Yeah, I want to tell Mika to get down, and I'll try and cover Mika. I'll stay in front of him until he gets in cover.
Okay, Corn, what are you doing?
So I sense him through the Force. Can I see him?
Oh yeah, you're looking right at him. He's got a rifle. He's about to shoot.
I'm gonna take an initial fire using my new ability that's going to paralyze him if I contact.
Okay, go for it.
It's a 24 to hit.
Roll damage.
And then add a d6 because it hit. 9 damage and he's paralyzed. You can make a charisma saving throw to break it. DC 16.
He did not.
Right, he's paralyzed for a minute.
All right. You see immediately that the 2 guards next to Mika jump in front of next to you, DT. Your character's name is Jello, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and immediately take shots. Oh my god. They rolled well. And you see the sniper who can't move, dodge, or anything because of what you just did, Teals. He is turned into Swiss cheese. He didn't even get a shot off. You guys just turned him into Swiss cheese. And falls, plummets the 6 meters down to the ground and goes...
I go running over to the body then.
Yeah, I go over as well.
I'm gonna go and investigate his body and find some identification, maybe.
I'm looking around more.
I want to
Actually,
climb up that block.
I'm going to pull my saber out and be in front of Mika with the other guards,
All right.
just in case. Because we might not have been the target. I'm thinking it was Mika that was the target. So
All right. When you get next to the body, he was the first one there. Well, you see, you guys all get there at the same time. It is a Syrian. No identification, other than you see that he has a vibro blade, and looks like a very nice sniper rifle. Not bad, not the best, but pretty solid. You also who's doing the investigation on the body?
I am.
Roll.
Do we have 2 people or just one?
Just one right now.
I can assist.
Yeah, what a kill.
24. So you were able to see that, lo and behold, a fine pattern of darkened veins dancing over his brows and reaching up his arm to his narrow head.
Spice.
This would-be assassin is a Tempest user. Mika comes
The
stumbling
Z
over.
plot thickens.
And he says, I know who this is. He says, this is a Syrian by the name of Ogo Nan. He says he's a freelancer who once worked for another Hutt named Lungru. He says, I wonder if he still works for him. He says, and that's strange. I wasn't supposed to greet you guys. I asked to be here. Mika's assuming that he was the target.
Well, yeah, I say apparently somebody in there knew you were going to be here that doesn't want you around anymore.
Insight.
Go for it.
Finally, a good one.
Something he said, you don't know which part, is not true.
That Mika said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I look at Osk, and I don't know if I need to make a roll, but I just give him looking at it like he's lying. That's how I'm trying to do.
You don't know what?
Like,
he's still hard to read. He's still a Hutt.
yeah,
So,
no, like I don't know what's going on, but I'm just giving him the look like with an eyebrow raised, like something's up.
something about everything he just relayed. Something in that was just gave you a tingle in the forehead. Like, wait a minute, something you just said is not the truth. You don't know what, but you don't know which part of it. It could be any part of that. Was that he asked to be there. The background of the person, all that stuff that I just relayed to you, something about that doesn't ring true necessarily.
Mika, I caution you to keep your words and your intentions true, because we have been on your side this entire time, and you do not want that to change.
He looks at you like, are you threatening me, Master Sith?
I did no such thing. I do not know the entire situation, nor do you. I am just saying, be forthright with us.
Oh, he says I am.
Of course, thank you.
All right.
The sniper rifle that was found on the now dead assassin. Can I inspect it just to see if it's any better than my sniper rifle?
It's not. It's good quality, but it's not better than what you have right now.
All right.
Can I, on the catwalk, do I see anything? Like, did he drop anything before he fell, or do I see anyone else nearby up there?
Yeah, you didn't see anything with that spot check you made. You didn't see anything else. What you saw is what transpired.
I'll take the vibroblade.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good vibroblade.
Yeah, I'll ask if I can use the sniper rifle then. If, no.
I mean,
Hey, Mika.
it's not as good. It's a standard. It's a good quality sniper rifle, but it's not as good as what you have right now.
Yeah, all I have is a blaster carbine right now, though. I don't have a sniper yet.
Oh, well then, yeah. Then if you want to keep it, yeah. Go ahead and ask. What were you saying, Grim?
Well, I was going to say, there's surveillance on the pad and around here, correct? You know, like cameras of some sort, maybe.
It says I have no idea. It's like I don't run the docks. I just came here to greet you guys.
Okay, well,
It's like, well, I don't mean to be worrisome, but maybe we should get going. He's kind of looking around like, let's not wait around for another attack.
There was nothing else on him that we found. It was just the vibroblade, the sniper. Nothing else to indicate.
He was
No cash?
addict. No cash.
Well,
Tempest
nothing to
addict.
indicate who his target was. Is basically.
No, you have no idea who his target was.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like. I mean, you just don't know. So.
Right.
put the body on the sled or whatever. See if Mika's father knows anything about this.
Well, Mika knows.
I'm sure he would want to know about it.
Oh yeah, he knows who he is. He said he.
Oh, we have the bellhop droids. Just allow them to carry the body.
No, they'll carry
It's
it
on
on.
Slim,
Yeah,
they
they'll
leave
they'll
it,
carry it on the thing. Yeah, they got it.
Okay.
Let's make haste.
So Mika leads you guys, which seems to be an endless succession of hallways, bridges, and high-speed lifts.
Oh, Ranger, sorry, one other question. Did the assassin have any cybernetic parts on it?
Oh, for the love of God.
What?
You're gonna pop his eye out or something?
No, you didn't find.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, that's what I was
No,
thinking.
you didn't.
Okay.
Somebody's mildly obsessed at this point.
All right.
Well-
J-Lo and Korn, make another perception check.
Yay, another natural
Nice.
20.
Nice.
We have the right two doing spot check despite
You
modifier.
don't see it this time, J-Lo, but through the force Korn, you kind of get a sense of something as you guys are making your way through. And just for a moment, while moving through the walkways, you see a familiar figure you think along another walkway. You see them for a brief moment, but something blocks your view. But you're not sure. It's the sensation of the force. You don't see this.
It was an aggressive feeling in the force, or
Just Korn.
that's me.
Oh, Tails, you're the one that made it. Oh, you're using the force? Do you have the force?
I didn't know why you said in the. I mean, I'm Chiss. I'm naturally.
We're saying corn, not Corinth.
Yeah, I thought you said Corinth. That's why I was like, oh, Corinth made the roll. Okay, but no, if Korn made the roll, then no, you get a. So forget all that stuff. I feel you felt it.
Okay.
You get a glance of a female. You looked familiar. You got a quick glance. You were going to make a move, but you're not sure. It seemed familiar, but you're not. It's like, wait a minute. That face looks familiar.
I'm gonna sort of make a notion for the party to be on alert and say, "There's a familiar face abroad. I can't tell who."
Let's see if he
Anything?
know who this is.
So, Ranger, where we are there like catwalks all above us?
Oh, you
too?
guys are making all the.
Well, yeah, when he says that, do you know,
You could have sworn.
do the force users feel a disturbance?
No. How I put this. You could have sworn, Teals, just for a brief moment, and you lost them, that it was Angela Chris, the commander of the CSA.
This point,
Our boss.
No, Angela
No,
Chris is the commander of the CSA ship that you.
The one that led us through the barricade, essentially.
Gotcha.
Just for a moment, you lost her as soon as you saw her.
At that current moment, I'm going to react with gleaming outline, basically like fairy fire, and I'm going to see if I can get an idea of which way she went.
Can't tell. Too many people.
She should be glowing in a green, blue, or violet light.
Too many people, man. It does not. This is a quick glance you saw, and then she disappeared. You don't know why. It's what you think you saw. You're not 1,000% sure.
I'm going to relay my assumption, and think we got CSA on our tail, and obviously
You really in that too.
The rest of the party.
Okay. All right, you guys continue on, looking out for anything.
Mika, is there a more secure way to get to your place?
We're taking it right now.
Does this loose end have to do with the CSA?
Says my father called you. I didn't. All right,
Okay.
so you guys are continue on, and then you guys are brought up to one more left and into Popara's domain. The walls and carpeting are opulent and lush, with troughs of native Nar Shaddaa plants and infrared lamps keeping everything moist and warm. Mika visibly relaxed once they were within the clan's domain. Like he was on high alert, like everybody was. So you guys kind of relaxed a little bit here. You were all given rooms with soft beds and individual climate controls. If you guys feel safe, they ask you guys want to double up, or you can have your own room. They all have a monitor's view. They show you all the rooms. Most of the tower next door, a few stray beams of sunlight reach this far down. The rest is kind of cloaked in shadow because of the buildings and stuff. They bring in your belongings that if you brought along, except for the body, they take that. And say that you can freshen up. You can see that there's all kinds of anything you need here. There's alcohol, there's food laid out. And that if you'd like to freshen up before dinner, you are more than welcome.
I would like to talk to Popara immediately.
The one of the servants says that's not possible. He is busy at the moment.
Okay, well, as soon as he's ready, I'm ready to go. I just kind of wait. I don't do anything else.
Okay, so,
I'm just trying to focus and reach out with the force to see if I can see anyone in the area or anyone trying to probe us, anything like that.
No, you don't get any sense of that. You pick up a ton of people. There's a lot of people here gathered for this banquet. Before you guys go to dinner, Mika kind of gathers you all up because he's going to bring you in. He says, in one of your rooms, to say you guys all gather in one of the rooms. He's like, if you want to bring your lightsaber, you can. Any concealed weapons, you can. Any blaster rifles, things of that nature have to be left behind.
How about droids? He's my +1 for the event.
He says that'll be allowed.
Awesome.
Just he says keep them near you at all times, though, because any wandering droids could be perceived as bad. They're not registered, and yeah, he says it's not a good idea.
Understood.
And he says, I'm going to go make the announcement, and that a droid will come and collect you guys to greet my father. So, you guys, Mika goes off. Any hand weapons, hand blasters you guys can bring with you, Bible knives, lightsabers, anything rifle, blaster, anything higher than that, can't go with you.
No problem.
All right, so you guys, and some nice, if you guys want, there's some very nice clothes that you guys can wear that have been provided for you, all of you. If you want to wear something nice, this is a banquet, or are you guys going to go into your normal garb?
I'm going to my normal guard. I'm a simple
I'm
monk.
going to change back into my Imperial uniform.
Okay, so you go in your Imperial uniform?
Vornu will put on a dress and look for a way to conceal the blaster, like in a garter belt.
Oh, yeah, there's a way to do it. Yeah, you're able to do that.
I'm imagining the garb that they provided doesn't have
doesn't
a way
really
to
work for your
accommodate.
Sith kind of look. Yeah,
And it doesn't accommodate armor, does it? I wouldn't.
No, you've got your Sith stuff.
I actually wanted to wear it to show a little bit of something.
There
but
you go.
Yeah, it doesn't work. I guess.
Put on like a bow tie with it.
No, you don't do that. So you keep your Sith robes and stuff like that. Same thing for you, Osk. I'm assuming, Grim.
No, I'm wearing Imperial garb because that's what I start out with.
Okay, so you're in the Imperial uniform. Some of you look like Imperials and stuff like that. Okay, good. Just then, a Jade Green Protocol droid arrives to escort you to dinner. You take a high-speed lift up to the highest spire of Popara's tower. The view from this altitude is amazing. Great windows fronting three sides of the room. Outside, sunset is turning the other towers the color of molten blood, and the sky is a deepening blue, striated with yellow feather-like clouds. Even at this height, the sky holds a veritable swarm of airspeeders and cloud cars. The fourth wall consists of a great set of sliding doors opening into some sort of audience chamber beyond. Their doors are slightly translucent, and one can see the silhouette of a large hut and a smaller hut. Most likely they are Popara and Mika. The two raise what look like huge goblets and drink. The room itself holds a menagerie of guests. There are other huts present, as well as Syrians, Rhodians, Twi'leks, Bims, and another lone Bothan. All are seated or sprawled around the low tables, and Twi'lek servants bring a variety of dishes, drinks, and other intoxicants. A three-piece instrument band wails Statistically in the corner. Doot, 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 doot.
Can I join them?
No. Zonos is present with his Wookiees, and his eyes narrows when he sees you. He has no time to comment as the great sliding doors open and Popara slithers in. Mika at his side says, he's like, you know, and his Hutt stuff, oh. It's like, gentle being and fellow sentients, he says in Huttese, welcome to my humble home. And Popara seems to be in good spirits. And then the H3OP unit presents himself to the heroes. And he responds as, the great Popara of the Hutt, may his name forever mark the stars, wishes his friends and fellow compatriots to his house and home for this great festivity. Who responds for you guys?
I bow and say thank you for your hospitality.
He's like, oh. He's like, excellent, drink and mingle with the others. I want to speak with you all later. Then,
I'm keeping my eyes peeled and reaching out with the force. I don't want to be a surprise this time.
I'm periodically looking out of the windows just to see if there's anything that I noticed
make
out
a
of the
perception
ordinary.
check.
I'm specifically looking for that CSA person.
Bornu's beelining it to the hors d'oeuvre table,
Yeah, you find lots of just different wonderful food.
pigging out on
Don't
like
see
shrimp
anything
cocktail.
of note yet. Dara, aka Finn, aka Baby Yoda.
I'm definitely gonna get some very good alcohol.
There's plenty of it here.
Yeah, I think my character is gonna develop a slight affinity to alcohol. So here we go.
You guys mingle for a little bit. If you guys want to talk to anybody, you can. But about 15-20 minutes transpires. People around the room are having a good time, laughing and sharing stuff. And but then you guys are told it is dinner time. And when dinner arrives, the heroes are brought. You guys are brought into the room, and you're placed around the room. They're on the table, and you're guided to your seats by the H3PO unit, and you're waited on by Twi'lek serving girls. The main course, the warm up food is brought in, and they said they have different courses. You tell them what you want, and then they bring it to you. You guys all make your selection, and the food is exquisite. The drink is exquisite. Everything is incredible. The decor, everything. Sitting across from you guys is another Hutt. Who is sharing stories, speaking in basic of, and he looks pretty, for a Hutt, he looks pretty decently in shape. He's kind of complaining. He's talking about different hunts that he's been on. That he'd rather be out hunting world bats than all Hutt instead of attending decadent parties. He then kind of complains about lesser beings at the table. He notices your lightsaber, Corinth, and he asked if you would be able to make a demonstration with the weapon's capability. Everybody in the room kind of stops for a moment and looks at you, Corinth, like not realizing that you have a lightsaber. They're like fascinated all of a sudden that this black robed individual with this lightsaber, and they're all like, everyone's just staring at you right now. What do you do?
I'll take my drink and say, I would prefer not to at this time. Perhaps after another glass of wine, and I'll take a large drink of my wine, and maybe do a deception roll to act like I need to wait it out, like I'm trying to drink and mingle a little bit first, even though I'm not.
Make a make a deception check. Yeah, you kind of fool. I mean, everyone's kind of like, "Aw," but they're like, "Okay."
But I do kind of. I'm trying to lead them on, for a reason. You know what I mean? Like I'm not shutting it down. Like maybe after a drink is how I'm trying to let it roll. Like maybe in a few minutes.
Yeah, this Hutt's a little bit more muscular and more well developed than you've seen it from Hutt's. I mean, you can tell he's pretty good shape for a Hutt. He's not like the sluggish ones you've seen before. He's a little bit more well built and stuff. And he doesn't seem to have anybody with him, so he's like disappointing.
What does he have on him? Like blaster or
no?
What? Just like okay, so just I guess I don't remember Hutt's ever having any type of like clothing or anything like that.
He looks like. I mean, they'll wear like upper garments sometimes like that, but
or maybe like some type of signet or symbol. I'm trying to see if he's a member of the house.
He's not. He's part of a different house.
Oh, okay, interesting.
He's introduced himself as Perella the Hutt.
Okay, well then, yeah, I'll introduce myself as Talrax. I am, as you know, I am a Sith, and I am just arrived here. I do not know very much about Hutt culture. Thank you for speaking with me.
And he's like, what brings you here to this decadent waste of time?
Work as always, and possible information always is good as well. My lightsaber does like to have challenges, so to speak.
All right. You guys continue to have a good time. Do you guys want to interact? There's
I'm a paranoid Twi'lek looking through the window.
You don't see anything.
I know. I'm just saying. But what I'm doing, I'm not really interacting. I'm a little I'm a little on the paranoid side right now, trying to see if anyone is trying to kill him.
I'm gonna wander over to the band and see if any patrons are distracted watching the band. See if there's anything valuable.
I mean, not really. I mean, people are kind of just listening, but they're not really paying attention to the band. I mean, the band's pretty good, but they're not playing anything crazy or anything like that. It just seems like your normal party kind of band, just playing whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the quiet bookworm in the corner. I'm just keeping an eye out. Somebody was following us, so
anybody want to interact with the guests? It's after dinner. You guys are now mingling with everybody. You can talk to anybody you want. If you guys want to make a perception check or interact with anybody.
Actually, I have an idea. I'm gonna go over to Mika.
All right, you go over to Mika. He's in good spirits.
Talk to him. Tell him. Thank him for helping us out and all that stuff. And
no, he says,
go ahead, Ranger.
He's like, well, no. He says, seems like you guys are my good luck charm.
Would seem that way, wouldn't it?
What do you do?
But I have a present for you.
He's like, what's that?
And I hand him my backup lightsaber.
He looks down at it. He's like, oh.
That is yours.
He just looks with astonishment at you. He's like, you just given this to me?
Yes.
Yes, you're not taking the credit?
You can see him visibly just emotional. It's like, he's just like holding in his hands like he doesn't know what to do with it. It's like how do I turn it on and what do I do with it?
I'll point out where the button is and say, be very careful. Make sure this isn't pointed at yourself or anyone else.
He starts
when you push it.
Nervously, he kind of turns it in his hand and he's kind of looking at it, and you see him. All of a sudden, everybody around freaks out a little bit when he goes here. And you hear the lightsaber light up, and he's just looking at it like. And everybody is just like, what the see Mika in the middle of this party with a lightsaber. He's just kind of holding his like, it's so weird. He's like, it's a beam of light, so it's not like a regular sword. Like, I don't feel like I'm swinging it. He's kind of moving it gently in his hands.
Yeah, I tell him be careful. And before you know it, you could slice your arm off if you aren't careful.
He immediately uncinches is like, I can't thank you enough for this. Just to give this to me. I mean, I was willing to buy it from you.
Well, just remember that in the future. How's that?
He says, all right. And you guys start talking. You guys, he doesn't seem unfettered by the assassination attempt. And he talks about how you guys are seeing a lot of other Hutts here. And he explains that that the lesser species and weaker Hutt clans often regard Popara's clan with fear, envy, or scorn. He says strong emotions that lead to the dark side and force to do terrible things. He smiles at you when he says it. You guys see other people. If you guys don't want to interact with anybody, I take that as a no. So you guys mingle for a little bit. The party goes on for about another hour. Mika is just asking you a million questions about the Force and the lightsaber and stuff. And do you answer his questions, interact with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys do that, and then the party's still going on. People are starting to get a little bit more, drinking and stuff. And it's going on when you guys are summoned to Popara's chamber. You guys are kind of separated, so the droid comes to each of you, and you guys are to the doors where Popara is, and he says, "You guys are ushered into the room behind the sliding translucent doors. This leads to an audience chamber almost as large as the reception hall. The view is spectacular. Two of the Popara's Twi'lek advisors close the doors behind him as he enters. The third Twi'lek steps forward with a large bowl of what looks like pale, writhing worms. Popara takes a fistful of the worms and pops them in his mouth. He smacks his lips and nods in approval, and the Twi'lek leaves the bowl. The great Hutt settles among his cushions and smiles in your direction. One of the Twi'leks translates his words. Says, "You have served my clan well in the past," says the Hutt, "and recently by saving my son Mika. Again, doing so today. And I have come to rely upon you again. My rivals think I am bringing you in to find out more about this new spice. This new spice is horrible stuff, dulling the mind and inflaming the passions. It is a danger to all who use it, yet it is spreading like a plague and has infested the smuggler's moon from top to bottom. I want you to find out where the spice is coming from. As before, you will be richly rewarded for your aid." He says, "There is another matter, of course." Here the Hutt lets out a loud burp. The Twi'lek pats his sides as he grabs another handful of worms. He says, "As you know, this afternoon, an assassin tried to take Mika's life. Mika doesn't think he was a real target, but I disagree. I think I've irritated someone in my search for the origin of the Tempest Spice. Irritated them enough to merit a strong warning. No one threatens my clan. I have crushed other clans mercilessly for lesser offenses. I want you to find out who was after my family." He pauses again and rubs his belly. "A number of other Hutt lords are also seeking the makers of Tempest, proud to make a deal with them for the product. Both Perella and Lungru seem to think I should arrange a deal. They think I am weak and old. If either of them is responsible, I will." He lets his voice trail off, and then grabs another handful of writhing worms. "You know my
And you would like us to make an example of them?"
The Twi'lek looks at you in disdain as she's still trying to relay the Hutt's message, and everybody gets quiet for a second as they just stare at you.
My apologies.
Says, "You know my generosity. Will you aid me?" he asks. "Will you help me root out the source of this Tempest Spice and find out who was responsible for this attack on my family?" And he's looking. The Twi'leks and the Hutt are looking at you. All of you.
We might have a lead on the second part.
It's like, what lead is this?
What has been your interaction with the CSA as of late?
It says it's just still in the beginning negotiations, but they need more medical spice. They're trying to get more shipments of it there. Seems to be going well, he says.
Have any of your cartel or any of maybe your rival cartels had an encounter with the CSA or ran their blockades by chance?
Not that I know of.
Do you have any spies in the CSA?
No. And then he says, ho, 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 ho. He says something the Twitter says, and even if we did, we wouldn't tell you that.
If we find out who is responsible, would you prefer us to deal with them or to bring them to you?
He thinks of, dead or alive, your choice.
Sounds fun.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Perhaps spies.
Sorry,
was the
I
wrong
couldn't
word.
resist it.
He says, now that you guys are on board, the tweet continues. He says, he's a little bit of what he knows. He says, there were other attacks he suspects. He said recently a swoop bike swerved out of control and struck the side of his tower a while ago, breaking into one of the lower rooms. A random blaster bolt narrowly missed Zanos as he and his bodyguards were moving through a crowded place. He also notes that Tempest users are everywhere now. He says he is sure that Tempest spies and attacks against his clan are connected. He has no doubt about that. He said he first ordered Vago to investigate, but now he worries that Vago might become a target. He says even though Vago is not a Hutt, he's still very dear to me. He said that Vago discovered a few things in this preliminary investigation that I want to share with you. This is the Twi'lek still telling you this stuff. It says Tempest is readily available in the lower depths of Nar Shaddaa. Now, Nar Shaddaa, as you guys may or may not know, is like 4 levels, and if you want to know more about that, you'll do a little bit of investigating and stuff, and then I'll tell you. The first symptoms of the use of the spice included a mild telepathic boost and a feeling of relaxation, similar to the effect of normal glitter stim. However, Tempest is highly addictive, and those who overdose on the spice gain the signature veined pattern. More important, those affected seem to pick up Hutt-like resistance to mind control. Finally, Tempest addicts are prone to uncontrollable murderous rage. The lower depths of the city have become deadly because of Tempest. He says, Vago's investigation turned up the names of a few Tempest bars, places where one can acquire the spice. He provides you a list on a data pad. These establishments are all in the lower city, down where a Hutt should not travel if he knows what's good for him. As before, whatever reasons that he wants you to find out everything. He says you will travel under my name. If any of the other Hutts or anybody tries to stop you, just mention that you work for me. The name of Popara's clan is Anjiliac, Anjiliac. And he says that few ever get the honor or usage of a Hutt's clan name. And that by doing this, he's placing a great deal of trust in your ability and your loyalty. He also suspects that both Perella and Lungru are involved in the Tempest trade, and perhaps in the assassination attempts against his offspring, though he has no evidence of that in circumstantial. That's why he thinks this. You think he's just trying to provoke a reaction from Popara, but he doesn't know for sure. He hands you over the list. There's 3 cantinas listed on the list. Kuzbar's Cantina on level 42, the Dark Melody on level 35, and the Headache Bar on level 20.
Can you repeat those again?
Kuzbar's Cantina, Kuzbar, on level 42, Dark Melody on level 35, and the Headache Bar on level 20.
What level are we on now? Are we at like
Oh, you guys are
top?
top level, yeah.
Mika is in the room.
No, he is not.
Okay.
So I want to ask him. So what about the serial number I shared? Have you guys made any progress? Could that maybe point us in the right direction here?
Say that again.
I asked what about the serial number from the chip?
It was a transport. He gives you. He says that the information will be provided for you when you leave the party. Ask the droid. He says he has that listed for you, but came up as a standard cargo ship. Nothing. He's got the place of origin, which I think you guys have figured out before. If not, I'll tell you if we need to go back. But nothing else. It was a common freighter.
Okay. All right. So of these cantinas, any suggestions on which is most promising?
Say that again.
Of the cantinas, any suggestions on which is the most promising?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I think we should get started then.
All right. Any other questions? All right. With that, Popara takes the last of his worms from the bowl and drops it into his mouth, and he says, "We should rejoin the others." He pauses, but there's one last thing. My rivals might think me ancient, old-fashioned, and foolish. I am making plans to step down after all this is over and let the new blood oversee my business. He does not know yet, but Mika, my youngest, has impressed me greatly. He will take my place as the leader of the clan Angelak. He thinks well of you as well, so I hope you will aid him as you have aided me.
We will do our best.
He goes, ho, ho, ho. He goes, then the great gray-skinned Hutt pauses, let out a rumbling belch, and then continues. I think Mika will need your protection. He pauses again, belches, and then says, I don't feel so well. And then the Twi'leks you see immediately rush to his side, chattering back and forth in their own language, their head tails twitching. One of them closes her eyes and presses her head against the Hutt's flesh. Her hands seem to radiate energy and
Can I do force powers that bear the dying?
Hold on.
Okay, sorry.
Her hand seems to radiate energy, and Force users recognize it as a Force healing.
Oh, okay.
What are they saying in Twi'leki that I can understand?
It's
I'm a Twi'lek.
like something's wrong. Help him.
Okay.
You also, those that you recognize the language, they're confused about his sudden illness.
Must have been the worms.
The Hutt's eyes widen, and he begins moaning. As you watch, Popara swells and grows. He lets out a croak as the Twi'leks shout at each other, their heads, tails thrashing violently.
Does he start having any veins or anything like that?
Hold on. The Twi'leks, one of them uses the Force and pushes you guys away violently. Everybody make a dexterity save.
Oh, this should be hilarious.
I'll forgo my save and go back.
Okay, you guys are all...
I got 20.
Oscar, you're able to resist it if you don't want to. You're basically... You are pushed, but it's like you just do a flip backwards. Like, you're like, aha, the Force! Everybody else, you're just kind of violently thrown back. I'm
trying to like roll with it.
You guys are thrown to the doors, and you see them. The one of the Twi'leks is trying to use her Force energy to help him. The other two take off. You see Popara inflate to nearly twice his normal size, where his gray flesh tears apart like a gray balloon. He lets out one last rattling cry, then explodes. Parts of Popara fly in all directions. You guys are covered in gooey body parts.
Can I make an acrobatics check to try and
Yeah, make an
get
effort.
behind
Yeah.
cover?
I have
19.
force push. I move it all out of the way.
19. I don't want to get slimed.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
use
still get hit.
uncanny dodge.
Vornu is vomiting everywhere.
You don't have any damage, but you guys all get hit with some parts of this. Like those that rolled really well, it didn't completely cover you in guts, but you got little pieces of Popara all over you. You see the one Twi'lek was thrown completely backwards and was unconscious against the wall that was trying to save him, and the other two are in the corner covered in goo and just sitting there in shock. Just then the doors open, and then Zonos and his Wookiees are come running in, followed by Popara's Nikto bodyguards. Behind the pandemonium is breaking out among the guests, and Mika has already used a nearby lift to flee the tower. You see him running away. And then Zonos bellows, "They have killed Popara! I want them alive for torture!" And that's where we're going to stop today.
Well,
What?
And
Come on, we'll donate to keep playing.
Don't leave us there.
I have to. You have to leave a cliffhanger.
Really?
Yeah.
tune in next week to see who gets skewered by
But it's
us.
gonna be next week. Next
lightsaber.
week starts like all the holiday. Are you here next week, Ranger?
I should be. Yeah, I should be able to do the campaign.
I'll be here.
You gotta leave on a cliffhanger, man. That's what you do.
Next week might be a little rough for me.
26.
Well, whenever we come back,
traveling.
whenever we
It's
come
Christmas
back and
week.
do the campaign, that's where we leave it off.
Can't be accused of murder for. Oh, God. I need to modify this with an exploding Hutt
You can find
instead of the
something.
Hindenburg.
Yeah, instead of the Hindenburg.
I told you he shouldn't have had
dang
that
it, Baby Yoda.
one wafer thin
I
after
told
dinner.
you to
mint.
take the staff.
Baby Yoda exploding a Hutt.
Baby Yoda.
See, if there was a small alien that popped out of the hut there and then he exploded,
And then
that's
you
really
see
bad.
Baby Yoda appear from behind, smiling with his hand wave, and then looking down at his hand, and then back up. Everybody covered in goo and stuff.
Barely, yeah, completely covered in goo.
Yeah, except for Baby Yoda.
Looking at his hand, very confused. Did I do that? I was just trying to get the waiter's attention for a frog.
All right, so that's where we're going to left off. Whenever we come back and play the next campaign, that's where we'll leave off. The death of Popara. What happens next? We'll have to wait and find out. So if you guys like that, leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I don't know if I'll be doing the line stream tonight, if we'll have a line stream tonight, all that good stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. But with that, we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and the crew here, thank you guys for attending our D&D campaign. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be back. I'll be back tonight, maybe. If not, I'll be back tomorrow for the lunch stream. With that, have a great night, and we'll holler at you later. Peace out.